Hi, I am Mila Baştürk. I am a senior student in Electrical and Electronics Engineering Department at İzmir Katip Çelebi University. My graduation project is about IoT. Now I will present my project. Let's start. Hi, I am Milha Baştürk. I am a senior student in Electrical and Electronics Engineering Department at İzmir Katip Çelebi University. My graduation project is about IoT. The name of my graduation project is Android-based Smart Mirror for Smart Home Systems. I would like to thank my advisor, Dr. Esra Aycan Beyazıt. Let's look at my project. This diagram gives information about the general structure of the project. Raspberry Pi was used as the development board in the project, and many different features of this development board were used. Raspberry Pi was managed by IP address for smart home systems as well as preparing electronic circuits for GPIO pin sensor. In this way, household electrical appliances, air conditioning and light system can be managed in the Android application prepared for the smart mirror. Also, dates, time, weather and news can be updated to one's Android app. Real-time image processing and face and eye detection are also included in the application. Image processing was done with Python language in PyCharm environments. Linux-based Raspbian operating system was used in Raspberry Pi. What makes the project important? Mirrors are portable items used in everyone's home and daily life. The purpose of this project is to connect with an Android application to make the mirror smart. Date, time, clock and calendar can be seen in the Smart Mirror application interface. What makes this project different and important is to make home automation remotely controllable with sensor applications to be added on it. In addition, the image processing feature can be seen in Android application. Data is up to date. Why Raspberry Pi card was chosen? Raspberry Pi board is a small computer and compatible with Linux operating system. The language used in this project is the Python language. Python language is a very useful language in Raspberry Pi projects, and it is easy to use and clear. Raspberry Pi will be used as the development board in the project, and many different features of this development board will be utilized. In addition to preparing electronic circuits for the sensor with GPIO pins. The smart mirror will be made more functional with software to be loaded into it. This is my Raspberry Pi. You can see Raspberry Pi 3B Plus features: Broadcom, GCI camera port, DCI display port, micro SD card inputs, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, USB ports. Required equipment for Raspberry Pi installation: Raspberry Pi 3B Plus, micro SD cards, wireless mouse, keyboards, monitor, HDMI cable, charger for Raspberry Pi. Raspberry Pi setting up: SD formatter, Win32 disk imager, I used Raspberry Pi OS, and link address. Micro SD card and Raspbian processing system installation. Raspberry Pi OS for writing disk image. This is installation and setting up. What is advantages and disadvantages of Linux operating system? Advantages are security, stable software updates, customize, different distributions. Disadvantages are technical support, no standard version and learning time. The Linux operating system is extremely advantageous to be able to code with the Python language. At the same time, Python coding in Microsoft operating system can be done thanks to Anaconda IDE. Anaconda includes programs such as Jupyter Notebook, Spyder, and PyCharm. This is my interface, Raspberry Pi 3B Plus. DCI display connector, Wi-Fi antenna, Broadcom CPU, micro USB, HDMI ports, GCI camera connector, Ethernet ports, and USB ports. I used DHT11 temperature and humidity sensor. You can see output type digital signal. It is very important. Temperature measurement, humidity measurement, working current, and sizes. You can see my face and eye detection studying. This studying can be done with Python language. In here, there is a video. In this part, Anaconda IDE and PyCharm software were used. The aim of this study is to see that can contribute to the development of the mirrors works in Microsoft operating system. Also, this study was beneficial for learning the Python language and positively affected the development of the projects. It is very important to be able to use and activate libraries in advanced image processing techniques. Also, activations must be done in the right environments. In here, you can see Harskate XML files. These are very important coding. This is my interface in Android Studio. It is possible to design with Java coding. There are encodings such as image button and text with detailed coding in the visual. It contains information such as color, size, and coordinates. In addition to Java, the Android Studio program also has Kotlin language. Android Studio is based on IntelliJ IDEA and is specially designed for developing. Android applications Android Studio contains many features that can meet the needs of users for developing applications, including a smart code editor and debugger, performance analysis tools, emulators, and many more. In here, you can see my emulators and files. For example, activity login XML file or other files and .java files. In the Android Studio Firebase connection, the Android Studio program is first started and then directed to the Firebase site. You register on Firebase's site with an email addresses. Then follow the steps and create the project. There are options such as authentication, real-time database, or storage. Real-time database and authentication were used in the project. Real-time database was used to check sensor data and LED status. Authentication is used on the registration and login page of the Android application. In here, you can see two different email addresses. These are in the Firebase. First page is registration page. You can see the person who will use the application on the registration page has to register according to certain conditions so that they can be in the system in order to use the application. Rules were set for the username, email and address and password to make the firewall strong. For example, these rules contain how many characters should be. If the person already has an email address, they should click on Already have an account. They should click on Already have an account. This is very important. So it can redirect to the other page. The other page is login screen. This is my login page. The person is now registered in the system. After this step, you can log in to your account using your email address and password. A user-friendly application is aimed with a multi-option interface with back and forward buttons that have been enriched in design. This is my other page is humidity and temperature information page. The person can see the temperature and humidity of his home through the application. This data was taken instantly from Firebase. This page is important for air conditioning technology, so that the person can adjust the temperature of his home with a single button without going home. This system also a good system for energy saving. Heating is very important for individuals have health problems at home. Thus the temperature can be kept at the desired level. This is my Smart Home Systems control page. The legs of the Raspberry Pi for the smart home system are represented by buttons. With this interface, the person can control the electrical appliances, ventilation system, air conditioner, and light system. When using this page, Attention should be paid to the input and output parts. Ground, input or output parts are very important. In here you can see web IOP program and in and out ports. The other part is date and clock page. The current time and calendar information given in page were obtained from a specific internet address. While using the application, the person will be able to access this data instantly with a single button. And weather page. Page shows weather information. The person can access the weather information of the region with a single button. This is news page. Page shows the news page. The person can access the news from the Android application with a single button. The news contains up-to-date information from the site. And real-time face and eye detection page. You can see. Page shows real-time face and eye detections are transferred to the Smart Mirror Android application on the person's phone. In addition, the person can access the date, time, news and calendar information with the buttons in the application. It was taken into account that the color and button selections were in harmonious colors that would not tire the eyes. This part is message part and email part. Hi Meliha, there is a message from your smart mirror. There is a video about my Android application. Let's watch my Android app video. In here you can see Firebase interface. For example, let's on off or let status or room humidity, room temp. You can see this login screen. meliha@gmail.com. This is my mail address and password. Don't have an account, you can sign up. This is room temperature and humidity section. This is date and clock. And weather section. You can click and you can learn the weather. Up-to-date information. This is very important. And news. You can learn. And the other video is about smart home systems. These are LEDs, electrical devices, air conditioners, and light system. You can see my buttons and LEDs. LEDs represents electrical devices, air conditioners, light systems. This is the smart home logic. In conclusion, the clear and easy structure of the Python language enabled good use of time in the project. In addition, advanced image processing was performed with the Anaconda IDE. In the first Microsoft operating system, in Python coding, great attention was paid to function and commands so that working sensor circuits were prepared. Combining different ideas in the project made the project useful and good. In addition, both hardware and software skills were gained with this project. Many different articles and internet addresses were used. Thanks for listening to me.